Alright, July 9, 2026, 10 p.m. in Indonesia. The group no one wanted. The professor read the names of a slideshow, and Maya felt her stomach drop when she heard her group. Herself, TD, Sophia, and someone named Deshaun, who wasn't even in class that day. 4 people, one presentation, 2 weeks. The professor said, Topics, topic, a story from your community that isn't usually told. Good luck. Maya was assigned as the unofficial leader within the first 10 minutes, mostly because she was the only one who opened her laptop and started a share document immediately. TD was quiet, answering questions carefully, like every word cost him something. Sophia talked enough for both of them, already suggesting three different project ideas before the professor finished handing out the syllabus. Deshaun wasn't there to suggest anything at all. Does anyone actually know him? Sophia asked, scrolling through the class roster. He hasn't answered a single message. Maybe he dropped the class, TD said. He hadn't. His name still showed up on the roster, still enrolled, just reluctant, or absent, or something neither word quite explained. Maya sent him 3 separate messages over the next few days. No response. By the first group meeting in the library, Deshaun still hadn't shown up, and the three of them sat at a particular corner table, dividing his share of the work between themselves without discussing it out loud. We should tell the professor, Sophia said, exhausted. After 2 hours of research with no fourth member helping, this isn't fair. Maya agreed, mostly, but something made her hesitate before sending that email. She didn't like to assume the worst about someone she'd never actually spoken to. That night, walking back from the library at almost midnight, she saw him, Deshaun, in a warehouse uniform, hurrying across the parking lot toward a bus that was already pulling away from the curb. He caught it just in time, and through the window, their eyes met for half a second before the bus disappeared around the corner. The next morning, Maya sent one more message, different from others. Hey Sal, you catching the late bus last night near the library? Everything okay? No pressure, just checking. Just checking in. He'll respond within minutes. Sorry, I've been meaning to explain. My dad's hours got cut at work last month, so I pick up a night shift at the warehouse to help with rent. I do homework on my 15-minute breaks. I know I've been useless, to the group and I'm embarrassed about it. Maya read the message twice, feeling something feeling something immediately shift in her chest, somewhere between guilt and sympathy. She hadn't imagined anything close to that. She pictured someone careless, not someone exhausted and quickly ashamed, doing homework standing up in a warehouse break room at 2 in the morning. She showed the message to Chidi and Sophia at their next meeting. We should have we should have asked instead of assuming. Chidi said quietly, and for the first time, he he, he didn't he didn't sound careful about his words at all. Just honest. Let's change the project. Sophia said suddenly, sitting up straighter. The assignment is a community story nobody usually tells. What if it's this one? Students working night shift to stay enrolled, doing homework between delivery, showing up exhausted but still showing up. Maya wasn't sure it was necessary to make it that personal, that close to home for one member of their own group. But when she messaged the sound to us, hesitant, unsure how he'd receive how he'd receive the idea, his answer came back almost immediately. Yeah, nobody ever tells that story. Let's do it. Over the next 10 days, the project became something none of them had expected. Sean recorded short voice notes on his breaks, describing the sound of the warehouse at 3 a.m., the strange quiet of an empty bus at that hour, the particular exhaustion of studying for a test while your hands still ache from lifting boxes. TD, it turned out had worked a similar job the previous summer and helped shape the interview with a steadiness the group hadn't seen him in before. Sophia handled the visual. Maya wove everything into a single honest argument. That showing up exhausted is still showing up, and it deserves to be seen, not to be judged. On presentation day, Deshaun came to class 15 minutes early, in real clothes instead of his uniform. Visibly nervous, when it was their turn, he spoke first, his voice steady, even though his hands were not. Most people never notice the student working overnight shift, he said to the room. We're just late or quiet or missing meetings, and it's easy to assume the worst instead of asking why. The room was silent, in a way that felt different from before, more attentive, like people were finally listening to something real instead of rehearsed assignment. Afterward, the professor said it was one of the most honest project seen in years. The kinds that recommend our class study as an example. Walking out of the building together, Sophia laughed, shaking her head. I can't believe we almost reported him instead of just asking. I'm just glad we asked, Maya said. Deshaun smiled, the first easy smile any of them had seen from him. I'm glad you saw me catch that bus, he said. I don't know if if I would have said anything otherwise. They stood outside the building a little longer than necessary, none of them in a rush to separate and head back to their own exhausted, ordinary lives. None of them in a rush to separate and head back to their own exhausted, ordinary lives, and grateful, at least for tonight, that a 2 weeks assignment had turned into something worth remembering. Thank you.